YouTubers.
Can you do it for me?
Welcome everyone to
I really can't do it.
WWE NXT review, the show from
Greet 10 citizens.
September 5th, 2018.
I know.
And you're thinking to yourself, didn't I just do this already? Fortunately, the microphone maybe I was using.
I didn't skip them though. What the fuck?
This is the mic I'm using.
Not yet.
It's been working fine for the last
Sorry, yeah,
three
I know what
weeks
you, I know
since I
what you
got
mean.
this, I believe.
I know what you mean now.
3 or 2 weeks
I
either
know, I
way.
know what you mean now.
But this is my recent microphone that I bought.
So I'm missing one, two,
And of course,
three.
I got a couple of my viewers all telling me it was sounding all staticky. That was from earlier today, by the way, when I did the 205 live review.
Say it's 3 trophies I need.
And after watching back it up for the NXT review that it just did,
But why is this like complete audio?
the static came back in, it stopped, and it got even worse as the review went by. So what I'm gonna do my other mic piece, by the way, the one with the wire,
That's the chicken.
and I'm gonna see what's going on YouTube right now from my tablet to see if it is acting like that too, just to see. Let me go to my channel
Saying hi or whatever. Fuck you, Golden.
and my video. Hopefully, I went to the wrong section. I went to purchase.
No, hold up.
I don't see anything. I'm trying to find my video.
Right.
That's supposed to be live right now. Oh, there we go. Let me see how this sounds.
This is what I was gonna say this.
Video.
One,
That's supposed to be live right
me
now. Oh, there we
and
go.
Golden
Let me
stood
see how
up
this
to
sounds.
literally 5 o'clock.
All right, sounds okay. So yeah, I don't know what happened with that microphone. I don't get why. I'm pissed off, by the way, that my microphone that I bought is sound like that after for the last 2 weeks, I believe. Basically 2 weeks later or 3 weeks later, whenever I bought it, first, but now, weeks later, now it's shaky for some reason.
Nice try. Can you see clearly?
Oh, I'm here again. So what I gotta do? I'm gonna do this again. When it comes to NXT review.
4K, delicious quality.
Before I move on to the matches, let me just talk about for a few segments that happened first. Let me get. I'm getting to the segments out of the way first, and then I'll get to the matches. I could start moving on to. So basically, it's me doing this all over again. So here we go. Tommaso Ciampa had a segment where he's an NXT champion, and he talks about these fans don't deserve him. These fans don't deserve an NXT champion like Tommaso Ciampa, and said that he's on top of the food chain, and there you go. And he kisses the belt, and there you go. That also he also talked about that he's on top of the food chain, and just last week, or should I say 2 weeks ago, he cut a promo about he's on top of the mountain because he's an NXT champion, basically cutting the Roman Reigns promo but better. The Roman Reigns promo cut that Roman Reigns cut during Cesaro's match, building up to Cesaro's match, was about how climbing up the mountain to the very peak at the top of the mountainside that Roman Reigns said, which it was a dumb promo that he cut. And I'm not just saying that as a Roman Reigns hater. At the time, it was dumb. At the time, if you listen to that promo, yeah, I know what I mean. It made no sense. He sounded like a dumbass. But with Tommaso Ciampa, when it comes to that promo, all he said is that he's on top of the mountain. And then we get to this promo again for Tommaso Ciampa, where he talks about he's on top of the food chain, kind of like how Batista cut that promo where he's on top of the food chain when he became world champion, in 2005, where he says, "I'm the man, I'm the predator, I'm on top of the food chain." So basically, it was kind of like that. So basically, Tommaso Ciampa was doing he's on top of the mountain promos and he's on top of the food chain promos, and there you go. Tommaso Ciampa's the man, and yeah, there you go. There was another segment that actually led to a replay about Undisputed Era defeating Ricochet and Pete Dunn, where Pete Dunn blames Ricochet for the loss, and they show them having a segment backstage from the aftermath. Basically, Pete Dunne wants to fight Ricochet, and not just to fight him for that title. And Ricochet is like, he feels the same way too about him because of the UK title. So when Rico made an announcement on this episode that Pete Dunne will defend his UK championship against Ricochet, who will defend his North American championship in a champion versus champion title match. And at the time, it was built for this episode. It was built up for 2 weeks time. But now, when we get to Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, it's gonna be built up for a 1 week time, basically for next week. So yeah, there you go. I'm trying to remember what other segments happening here before we get to the matches. Oh yeah, Lars Lippmann is being investigated about this whole thing with Aleister Black by William Regal in his office, and Aleister Black cleared his case that he was thinking about going after Aleister Black when he also heard a scream, and it was Aleister Black who was attacked. Basically, he was going to attack Aleister Black, but someone got there before him, and that's when he saw guys like Undisputed Era, and then when Regal started running to the scene of the crime, I guess. And then Lars Sullivan leaving after that, and there you go. And also talks about how, but he said he's not responsible for what happened with Aleister Black, but he's responsible of what happened with EC3, and also Regal said, well, you also were responsible for what happened with Raul Mendoza, so you're gonna have a match against Raul Mendoza, which is gonna be this current Wednesday's episode of NXT. That's gonna happen, and there you go. Now, I'm trying to remember any other segments that happened on the show before I move on to. I can't, because now I can't remember the other segments that I mentioned on the show. So far, that was 3 of them.
His body.
I don't think there was a women's segment. When it comes to backstage or whatever, any type of thing, other than the match and what happened after the match. But other than that, I don't know what else happened on the show. When it comes to segments, I think I covered a few of it so far. But whatever. Now let's get to the. Oh yeah. There's one thing I do need to mention. They did a video package of the War Raiders. A War Raider, because War Raiders are sending a statement to Undisputed Era that they want the tag team titles because they have it and they want to go after it. And yeah, there you go. That was basically it's just a video vignette because the War Raiders are sending a message to the Undisputed Era. So there you go. Now let's get to the matches. By the way, welcome to NXT. They were in Winter Park, Florida, in Full Sail University. Mauro Ranallo, Nigel McGuinness, and Percy Watson on commentary. And the show from September 1st, 2018 for this NXT review. Matches now. Cassius Ohno versus Conor Reese, decent match, and Cassius Ohno defeats Conor Reese with the rolling elbow. And after the match, Cassius Ohno cuts a promo about NXT has begun a buzz, and then he said for any new free agents coming to sign with NXT, he's gonna knock them out and to the back of the line. And there you go.
Literally, what you do with them is all yours. Everything that you put into it is yours. Like literally. And
then we get to the debut of the Unforgotten Sons. And about the Unforgotten Sons, Wesley Blake. I didn't mention Wesley Blake because Wesley Blake, I called him by Braxton Sutter because he looks like Braxton Sutter. So I want to apologize for that. I thought it was Braxton Sutter, but unfortunately it was actually Wesley Blake. Not all, actually, fortunately, Wesley Blake. Because if you guys ever seen Braxton Sutter from Impact Wrestling, also known as Pepper Parks, and when it comes to Wesley Blake, for being only on NXT for a long time, by the way, because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to do with him. And hopefully, this is a new way to finally do something with him. But anyways, Wesley Blake and Braxton Sutter, they look alike. They look exactly the same, almost the exact same, like the twin brothers. So So I want to make that correction, but my apologies. That I thought that was Wesley Blake, but that was actually, I mean, I thought that was Braxton Sutter, but that was actually Wesley Blake instead.
And then after you want to make another purchase.
Also the guy that I seen familiar before and just didn't remember his name is Steve Cutler, part of this Forgotten Sons faction, and I'm assuming the leader of that faction. I'm assuming he's the leader. Who's better known as Gunner from Impact Wrestling, who's going by the name of Jackson Ryder. I mean Jackson Riker. Yeah, Jackson Riker. I think that's how I'm saying. Cause I said Ryder, but I know now it was a K there, not a D. So my apologies there. So yes, it's Jackson Riker. And basically, the Forgotten Sons are Wesley Blake and Steve Cutler, while Riker was at ringside as they go up against the Street Profits, Monteo Ford and Angelo Dawkins. So the match itself was pretty decent. It was a pretty decent tag team match. I thought it was better than the first match. Considering that this match was longer. And then we get these two guys, like they're burglars. They go to not in the ring, but like near from the Street Profits. And Monteo Ford catches one of them, and unmasks one of them, and obviously one of them got away. And one of them was Nick Miller. I mean, I'm sorry, not Nick. Shane Thorne. My apologies, Shane Thorne. And like, holy shit! So what the hell is going on here? And all of a sudden, Jackson Riker attacks Monteo Ford with the referee not looking, being distracted. And then we get a DDT knee drop combination from the Forgotten Sons, and they get the win. So yeah, these actions are so far they're picking going somewhere right now. They got a first win, and on top of that you got the Street a pathetic loss there, and the feud between the Mighty and the Street Profits continues on. And as far as the Forgotten Sons, we'll see what they do what they do with them next. When it comes to gain more steam behind them, and let's see how that works too. What comes to the Forgotten Sons? This is a new faction that came out of nowhere. And these new factions that just was put together, and so far so good. I thought it was so far so good.
Oh my god.
We get the Pirate Princess, who's the new NXT Women's Champion. Kairi Sane comes out, and she starts coming out while NXT Women's Championship. And I noticed there was something on stage, so she reveals a treasure chest, right? And in the treasure chest is her most prized treasure, and that's NXT Women's Championship, and with treasure gold coins in there as well. So yeah, it's basically got a pirate theme going on here. Besides the whole Pirate Princess entrance by Kairi Sane, and she takes the gold coins and starts tossing it into the crowds. Basically like the rich giving to the poor, like a Robin Hood type of thing. But yeah, Kairi Sane is NXT Women's Champion, what comes to her most prized treasure, and she goes up against this NXT jobber, Trish Adore. Now there wasn't much about Trish Adore, because she was getting destroyed in this match by Kairi Sane, and then in the end Kairi Sane gets the win over her with an insane elbow. So I thought she was one of the participants from the Mayhem Classic, but she wasn't an eater. She was just a jobber, that the NXT doesn't know what to do. She's just a woman wrestler who didn't know what to do with her yet. I mean, she's got a nice look. She's got a unique look, to say the least. But other than that, they didn't showcase her that much. So, whatever. Yeah. So Kairi Sane is in the ring celebrating.
Oh wait, I got it.
Then doing her pirate dance. All of a sudden, Shayna Baszler comes out. She comes out and she she sees a treasure chest there, right? And she throws it away like it's a piece of garbage. And she got heat because of that. And then she starts invoking her rematch clause, and says that that you're gonna be drowning in the sea, when she's done with her and all that, right? And then also she attacks Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane fights back, and the fight ends with Kairi Sane getting the better of Shayna Baszler after Kairi Sane went through a match, and there you go. and that was it. Now we get to the final match, the main event match, the Velveteen Dream versus Johnny Gargano. Match itself was pretty good.
I feel like we're asked for a lot
You know, Johnny Gargano was doing his thing, and then the Velveteen Dream was also doing his thing, which is it's not into because of his character, and yeah, I know what I mean by that. But as far as his wrestling, it's good. The way I'm carrying himself, terrible.
I'm gonna go to the Reyes house tomorrow.
In the end, the Velveteen Dream wins. And how he won? Johnny Gargano got the better. Was once again letting his emotions get the better of him. And then he saw a fan in the crowd that's wearing his T-shirt, a kid, and he apologized to that kid for acting like the way he was acting, because that's not him. That's not really him. And he went back to be himself. And then he wanted to end the Velveteen Dream, but the Velveteen Dream caught him with the Dream Valley Driver, and there you go. After the match, Gargano looks pathetic. He looks depressed, and then you got the crowds feeling were not behind Gargano. They were chanting Johnny failure, and they got a couple of them chanting Johnny wrestling, and he starts leaving, and then also you get na hey goodbye.
Bro, I just learned.
And then we get Johnny chants Johnny, and then he leaves, and then the show ends, and there you go. Tomorrow wrestling for NXT from September 5th, 2018. 4 matches.
Yeah.
4.
Then after that, earlier today,
My overall rating for the show, 7 out of 10. And that being said, thank you for watching. First time watching me, Robert Serrano Jr., Natural Born Driller. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Thumbs up or thumbs down if you thought this review was good.
No, we were just
and there you go. Y'all take care. I'll see you all soon because my Impact Wrestling review. But for now, peace on the streets. Take care.
Yeah.